Chester, with Chester makes Chester, and we're going far. Coming together and using our voice to let you know change is a choice. It's a Chester flow. Can't buy, can't rent it. If you're rocking with your city, stand up, represent it. Chester flow. If you love it, let it
Hello, thank you for tuning in. We are here in the Visions Video Studio, and I'm here with my brother, Nathan Jacobs.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I am happy to have you in the place. Well, first we want to say to all the loves in the lives of everyone watching, happy Valentine's Day. We are here. Jake, you got to say that again. That would have some bass.
Happy Valentine's Day.
But we are here to talk about, first, your album.
Yes.
So let's just jump right into that. Talk to us about Look Forward.
Look Forward. It looks so good on this screen. But anyway, Look Forward, again, quick plug. But anyway, Look Forward, that's a project that I was working on since, like I said, 2005. I think that's when it all started out. And, the songs came together over the course of time. But the very first song, that was actually done on this project was actually a song called Perfect Love. And as I think about the song Perfect Love as it relates to Look Forward, sometimes when we think about love, we think everything has to be perfect. God shows us what love is through imperfection. And through that imperfection, no matter which stage you are in your life, no matter what you're facing, it comes a point in time where you have to look forward. So, when I think about the project Look Forward, that encompasses everything that I've faced in my life. All the trials, all the tribulations, the musicianship, the brotherhood, the job, like everything is encompassed in the track on Look Forward. So hopefully that gives you a quick snapshot into the full project.
Well, you kind of touched on something is about love. Everybody thinks love is perfect. Everything, if you're in love, then you are just running through the tulips and sipping tea all day. That's what it is. But one of the major scriptures, or most viewed scriptures in the Bible, tell you what love is not. So let's go on to that scripture. We're going to use the Message Bible version, all right? And we're going to do 1 Corinthians 13:4. If I give everything I own to the poor and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I do not love, I've gotten nowhere. So no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I am bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut. No peacocking.
No twerking. That's a part of love. I'm sorry.
You know what? Doesn't have a swelled head. Doesn't force itself on others. Isn't always me first. Doesn't fly off the handle. Doesn't keep score of sins of others. Doesn't reveal when others grovel. Takes pleasure in flowering of truth. Puts up with anything. Trusts God always. Always look for the best. Never looks back, but keeps going to the end. After I read that, it made me think, I was like, wow, sometimes I may not be loving. Because, as soon as somebody do something wrong, like, I told you. You should have listened to me. Like, that might not be love. So with that scripture, it's telling us what love is, but also telling us what love is not. So when we read that scripture, like, okay, I can't be boastful, I cannot brag. Do we ever really think about that when we turn on that moment where we got to debate, even though conversation and communication is necessary? But do we think, would you say someone is being loved based on that scripture when they start pointing the finger?
My wife's probably like, you got a lot of work to do. I think that scripture was really deep, and it really touched on all aspects of love. And, the one thing I do love about the scripture, the word, shout out to my mom, Pastor, Overseer Catherine Jacobs, for instilling that word in us. Love is patient, love is kind.
Yes.
So in everything that you just read, and God has grace and He has mercy.
yes.
And I think a huge part of love is being able to, as the scripture touched on, being able to forgive. Because things won't always be right.
Right.
The word does say, be angry, but sin not. I think some of us need to work on the sin not part.
Yes.
We're really good at the be
Yes.
angry part, me included.
I got that.
But no, I mean, that was extremely powerful, when you went through that. And I was just thinking, wow, if we all, could walk like this, like the word instructs us to do,
Yeah.
I mean, the world, would be a
Yeah.
much better place. Politics, Republican, Democrat, liberal would be a much better place. Everything would be much better if we really truly adhere to the scripture. So.
Because it's after doing all of that, you can do so much helpful things, and then you don't love. How could you really do it and not love? But apparently, some people are working, but they're not loving what they're doing.
Wow.
So we're just touching on love because today is a day full of love. You see it everywhere. So we got to make sure that we focus on the one who loved us first.
That's right.
Now, Canton Jones had a song saying, how can you sing about love and not sing about me?
That's right.
When I first heard that song, I said, that is so true. God is love. But we got a lot of love songs, and they all came from him. I was like, we got to remix these songs back to putting his name in it. And I think that's what you tied into doing, is making sure you have that balance in your songs.
Yeah.
So when you were writing, how were you putting things together? Where was your mind? Was it like right in that middle, that good spot? Or was it totally God, totally, natural? It looks like you had a nice swing back and forth that people can relate to. Wherever their mind is, they can relate to love.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do. I think every song that I write or, produce or come up with is inspired by God, for sure. And some songs are, are like inspired directly from sitting in the pew at the church. Other songs have been inspired from being in other places outside of the church. And I believe, your music should be able to reach everyone, be it in the church, be it in the club, be it somebody, wherever you are, and that's the good thing about the word. The word is not just built for the four walls of the church. Maybe hearing a song, saying speak life, can catch somebody who's getting ready to commit suicide, can catch somebody who just got fired from their job or, up against a divorce or, somebody else who just got a promotion. And, some people have different triggers in life. So not bad things don't always trigger people to do, bad stuff. Good things. You could have just got a promotion. You could have just got some money. Like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm about to go and do X, Y, Z. So some of my songs have been written, from experiences that were good. Some of the other songs have been written from experiences, that I don't want other people to have to experience. You're supposed to learn from experience. Unfortunately, I learned from my own experience versus somebody else's in some of the songs. But it's all good. And I think that's what ultimately creates the balance in life and the testimony. You can't have a testimony, if you've never been tested. And sometimes when you go through a test, you fail the test. The good thing about grace, mercy, and love is you get that chance to retake the test. So I didn't pass, every test the first time, but God gave me that opportunity, to do a retest, and I was successful in the retest. So I feel, pretty good about that, and that's where the songs come from. Again, some come from pain. The song Look Forward, the title track of the CD was written by my wife, and myself. And a lot of those words came from those experiences, that we faced, the death of my father, my older brother, my nephew, just a few months before we wrote the song, 19 years of age, who was more like my son. So sometimes I talk and I'm like, man, I lost my son. That's how I looked at him as well as my family. But through those experiences, God gave us those words for look forward. So that was some of the painful aspects, but drum verses, is something that came out of good aspects. I believe as a drummer, people like to dance on the 1 and the 3 or the 2 and the 4, so I want to make you feel good down inside.
Like, go, they go.
Right. So, life experiences really shapes the music, or my music as well.
What we're going to do is take a quick break, but then we're going to come back and talk about one song specifically. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Will you marry me? Will you marry? What's going on, family? It's your boy Jeff Murrell. I am here with my man Nathan Jacobs. He has an incredible project called Look Forward. I had an amazing opportunity to work on 2 songs on this record. One called Perfect Love and the other one called Show Me Your Face. You'll love it. Go to all platforms to pick it up. iTunes, Spotify, Rhapsody, anywhere you can find music, YouTube, it's there. You need this project in your life. I feel like y'all will be calling me to do your wedding for Perfect Love. Let's go. I'm available for bookings. We are available for bookings. Let's go. Nate Jacobs, Look Forward. Peace.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are gonna have a live performance in the studio in a few minutes, but let's talk about this song specifically. Perfect Love?
Perfect Love.
Talk to us about it.
AKA, Will You Marry Me?
Will you marry me?
So, that song was, again, the first song that I ever fully written, at that point in time and produced. And that song, really stemmed from, I was writing it to my wife, shout out Shawnique, love you, babe. And,
of course, he wrote it your song.
Right. So I started there, and that song, I started writing in 2008. And so, I wrote the bulk of it, but then I got to a blocking point where I just couldn't think anymore. Writer's block, that's what they call it. So I got to that point where I couldn't write anything else, and I let her hear it, after a point. I worked with a good friend of mine, Dante Johnson. He played the keys, and then Isaac Phillips. So the music was done first before all the words. And then I let her check it out. She was like, you know what? Let me just listen to it. And, the next day, she, wrote all these words like a novel. I was like, oh. And we kind of chopped out some stuff and, put her words along with the words that I had. And then the full song, came together. So, and the beautiful thing about that is I think in relationships have to be give and take. It takes 2 whole people to make a whole relationship. So I think that was the way the song was meant to be written. I was supposed to do all that I could do, and she was supposed to come along and complete that. And so that's what happened. And I tell you, that song has been such a blessing. People from all over, like a lot of people. That's the good thing about your vision. Your vision is supposed to be bigger than you, and it's supposed to reach more people than you could physically reach. And there's been so many people who's heard that song who just loved it. My sister was telling me a lady on her job who she doesn't really even talk to like that. Somehow they got close, but her daughter heard the song Perfect Love. They were having a conversation about it. She's like, oh, that's my brother's song. And so she's using that for her wedding. These people I've never saw before. My sister-in-law, she actually used the song for her wedding.
Wow.
And when I hear stories like that, it's not about me, because most of these people don't even know me. It's the words that really touch them. And that's the one thing I always want to do with my music is inspire people, so they get testimonies, like that, and to hear people always say, man, that song Perfect Love is just perfect. Another true story, my mom, Overseer Catherine Jacobs, we were riding, she was listening to the song. That's right. She was listening to it, and she was like, Nate, that song is beautiful. You got to get it on the radio. And I was like, whoa, because it sounds a little R&B-ish. And my mom was like, and my mom, if you turn on something that's not gospel in front of her, she'll be at your house and want to leave and tell you how to run things in your house. I'm like, whoa, calm down, Mom. But she loves the song. So, that song Perfect Love is just, Will You Marry Me? It's just, it's just one of those songs. It just makes you think. I got a testimony from somebody way out in Texas, heard this song, just broke out in tears while they were crying, while they were driving, just started crying. So, the song is just beautiful.
Oh, it's going to be at a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
So you might as well go ahead and prepare for that. It's like you're going to be watching YouTube, like, oh, wait a minute, that's my song.
That's right. That's what I want.
So we're actually going to have a live performance. So this song will definitely be one. If you know someone who's getting married, definitely make sure that they listen to this song. So if they wanted to get a copy, check it out. How could they do that?
That's good. So you can go to anywhere online, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you download music. If you don't want to pay, you can even go to YouTube. Just watch it enough. That way I can get paid eventually. No, I'm joking. But anyway, it's available online everywhere. And then also we have physical CDs. You know, at first I didn't do any CDs. I'm like, man, people don't buy CDs anymore. But I got so many requests from people who wanted, CDs.
Supply and demand.
That's right. You got to give the people what they want. So you can go to Nathan Jacobs Music, and you can find me that way, social media as well. So Nathan Jacobs Music, that'll direct you towards the product, or anywhere online as well. You can get the song. And then also, not only is it a song to get married, when you hear the words, I like to call it a marriage maintenance song. So when you go through those moments and you have those rough spots, you got to go back to the reason why. The reason why you got married is not always how you feel, throughout the course of your relationship. So it's always good to have that maintenance. I know so many couples who are married who things are going well, but they still go to counseling. And it's not necessarily because they need it. They're already married, to get married, but they need that maintenance. So I like to call it a marriage maintenance song as well.
All right. That's the why. Remind you why you did it. And sometimes you got to go back to that place.
That's right.
And then once you stay at that why moment for a little while, you forget what happened. Like, why did I have to think about that?
That's right.
You gotta forget about it.
Why did I get married? Tyler Perry, if you do another movie, please put my song in that movie, all right?
That will be the wedding theme song.
That's right.
So talk to us about who's going to be gracing the stage in a moment to do our live performance.
Absolutely. So I have my brothers with me. I have Jeff Murrell, Philadelphia's finest, Jersey's finest, the DMV's finest. I mean, United States finest. Right? Jeff Murrell. I mean, I tell you, this gentleman, he's worked with so many people. I mean, he's worked with Eric Roberson. He co-wrote a song with Coco and Israel Halton. He's worked with, just so many different artists. The list is like running out on my head. His voice is just so smooth. I mean, all the brothers, when they hear Jeff sing, they're like, man, I wish I could sing like him. So we have Jeff Murrell in the studio. And then we also have my good friend, my good brother, my good mentor, the youngest 50-year-old you'll ever meet, Gilbert Hamm Jr., Gil Hamm Jr., and these gentlemen mean a lot to me, because obviously Gil, I started playing the drums with him since I was like 11 years old. He had a production company. He was the first person who actually brought me in and showed me how to start producing songs, and, gave me my first opportunity, to actually produce. Because of him, I actually went out and brought an MPC and a Fender Rhodes and started trying to make beats, Isaiah Records, So I have both of those gentlemen in the studio with me, and he's a producer in his own right. He produced, Drexel University's gospel projects, and he's worked with, several other artists as well. So extremely happy to have them in the studio with me.
Awesome. So we want to set the image. So even if you are about to get married, you can even use this for your proposal.
Yes.
So imagine you done set up this amazing event, and you go down on your knee and you grab her hand, and that DJ press that play button, and here it goes, will you marry me? Listen, that's church.
I can see it happening. I was imagining it happening when I can see the vision.
You would have to wait for her to wake up from passing out to say yes. All right, stay tuned. We got a live performance up next.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you spend my life with you? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Yeah. Will you marry
wanna spend my life with you. You have shown me how to love, shown me how to treat you, baby, shown me how to care the way that I'm supposed to. You're the one who completes me, mind, body, and soul. You are my perfect love. Sent from up above. La 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 la. Whoa, la 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 la. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Yeah, yeah. Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. Will you marry me? Darling, will you marry me? Yeah, yeah. Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. Oh, yeah. Whoa, you are my perfect love. You are my perfect love, and I thank God for you. You are my perfect love.
Yeah, this next song we're going to do is entitled Show Me Your Face, and it's written by Elder Gerald Pearson. This song is just so beautiful. You know, when you think about perfect love, you want to look into the eyes of a person. This is a song that was sang directly to Jesus Christ, but you can sing it directly to your love mate on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. Show Me Your Face, Mr. Jeff Murrell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, show me your face. Show me a side I've never seen. Reveal your heart so that your love will show through me. I have a need, yeah, for intimacy, embraced in your arms is where I want be. Oh, show me your face. Show me a sight I've never seen. Reveal your heart so that my love and your love will show through me. I have a need for intimacy, embraced in yours is where I want to be. Yeah, my soul longs to be. Whoa, show me your face. Oh yeah, sight I've never seen. Reveal your heart so that my love and your love will capture me. Show me your face. Whoa, show me your face. Love, so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Love, love.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
CHESTER, with Chester makes Chester, and we're going far. Coming together and using our voice to let you know change is a choice. It's a Chester flow. Can't buy, can't rent it. If you're rocking with your city, stand up.